Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back once again. So today I'm just going to be talking about some things that I do to get myself ready for clinical placements. So without wasting much time, I'm just going to start straight away. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is your footwear. Why am I talking about footwear? Because when you go into placements, you're going to be doing a lot of walking. You're going to be doing a lot of standing. So you need something that's really comfortable for your feet. No blisters, no aches, no pains whatsoever. So some of the brands that I can recommend or most students use is the Skechers, because they are so comfortable. You don't even feel like you're walking, and at the end of the day you still feel okay. You don't have any pain, any aches, any blisters. They might look not the most trendy, but trust me, they are so comfortable. I mean, there are some of the styles that look really nice and trendy if you want to look trendy on placement, yeah. But most of the time they are not the most stylish brand of trainers or whatever. And then also there's the ones from Clarks. They are also so comfortable, but then again, in the nice or in the looks department, they are not the nice looking of shoes. But if you need or if you want to have that comfort on your feet, then look no further. Clarks is another one. And then the almighty Crocs. I mean, what can I say about that? It doesn't need any exclamation. Crocs are also one of the very comfortable ones. So yeah, just bear those in mind. And then if there are other ones that you know about, yeah, why these three I personally think are feet savers when you're on placement. So yeah, now the next thing that I'm also going to mention is get yourself a lunchbox or a food warmer. Don't rely on like the hospital restaurants one. They are very expensive, and on a student budget you don't want to be throwing your money away on like something that's so expensive. Secondly, usually your break, you are so tired, this is not the time for you to be queuing up in the restaurant to get some food to eat, and by the time you even sit down to have your meal, your time to go back is what, almost up. But if you have your own meal, usually the staff rooms have microwaves. You can just warm your food up, or if you have a food warmer that you have your food in, well, then again, you are secured there. You can have your meal and then have a bit of rest before going back again to the ward, or if it's a community that you do in your placement, yeah. As well, do not forget about water bottles and then flasks for your tea or coffee or things like that, because sometimes it does get so busy that you don't even get the chance to, you know, just sit down and take a breather. But if you've got a water bottle, there's always like the fluid station or the water station, some of the wards call it, where you've got your bottles and stuff like that you can just go and then get something to drink, you know, just on the go, so that you're nicely hydrated, because you need to take care of yourself as well. Because if you do not take care of yourself, you will not be in the position to take care of sick people. So yes, that's also another thing to keep in mind. Now you also have to think about like your uniforms. Here in the UK, usually the universities provide us with uniforms, quite a good number of uniforms to last you, and they are very durable as well, so you can have them for a very long time. But there's also the option of you buying extras if you want to have extra uniforms. Yeah, you also have the option of buying extra as well, and usually the universities will just direct you to the right place and to get those. Now you've got all of these things ready for yourself. Once you are allocated your placement area, the best thing for you to do, you can either phone them, email them, or you go there personally. Why? You want to introduce yourself to them, let them know that you've got a placement due in so and so number of days or so and so number of weeks. I usually contact my placement area like 2 weeks before I start, which is, I feel like it's not too long a time before you start, and it's not too short a time as well. And this actually just shows them that you're keen to learn, really, that you want to, like, you want them to know that yes, you're ready to come in. And this is also time for you to talk to them about maybe your off duty. And another important thing is, if you're able to go there in person, or even if it's via email or anything, they may just allocate you your off duty right there and then. So if you have things to arrange, like maybe childcare, or any other things that any other thing that you think you need to get into in place, put them in place before you start your placement, you can do all of that. Now, that's also another thing, because if you do have little ones who are probably in school or in nursery and things like that, this is the time that you can actually meet with maybe the student contact in the placement area to explain to them, for instance, if the off duty that you've been given might interfere with childcare for you. This is the time that you get to actually speak to them. And some of them are really, really understanding. I mean, they're human just like us. They have such problems as well. So they're able to help you work around these responsibilities of yours. So say you cannot come in on weekends because childcare on weekends is difficult for you. Let them understand that this is the situation, so they can help you with that. If it's weekdays that you can't do, or if it's nights that you cannot do, just this is the time that you have that opportunity to speak to them about that. Because for them to prepare the off duty, it does take time. So for you to just go into placement Thursday and then you start telling them about all your life problems, I mean, that's not the right the right time to be speaking to them about that. So yeah, that's another thing that we have to bear in mind as students. And then as well, get yourself a little tiny notebook that you can fit into your uniform pocket, or if it's scraps that you're going to use, that will fit into your scrap pocket. Because when you're in the wards or you're in placement, you will hear certain things that you would not readily find in a textbook. That is the time for you to jot that down, just write that down somewhere, and then go later on and find out about it. Or you've asked your mentor or your supervisor a question, they answer you. That is where you can just put something down. Mind you, some unis, well, I don't know about other unis, but my uni, they give us tablets that we do all of our competencies and everything in there. These mentors and supervisors, they know about these things, but they still cannot get it out of their head that for you, that's like a little notebook. They think, oh, you just got a tablet and you're just typing things away, blah, blah, blah. There are some that really do not know. So it just makes it more practical for you if you have a little notebook. Then they actually say, okay, she's writing something, or he's actually writing like something, down, and not just flipping through phone. Because I've had the instance where I had my tablet. I was with my supervisor. He was telling me, we were discussing a topic, I can't remember what it was about, and so as he was going, I had my tablet and then I was typing in whatever it was, and the next thing he was like, can you put your device away because I'm talking to you and you're just flipping through. And then I had to tell him, no, I'm just not flipping through, I'm actually writing down what you're telling me, I'm just taking notes. And they're like, oh, okay. So I've cleared it, but what is the next nurse or next doctor around somewhere thinking, oh, look at that student, she's just playing with her phone or her device or whatever. So that's another thing that, like, you know, just bear that in mind. Have that little notebook, and they are lifesavers, because you go through them and the amount of information that you would have written down, you would be shocked. Now, another thing that is really, really important is, before you get into your placement area, try and read up about the area, the placement area. So their specialty, it could be a cardiac ward, it could be a surgical ward, orthopedics, whatever. Just read up on the particular specialty of that placement area. If you see me looking down here, I've got some notes down there that I refer to if I've forgotten something. So yeah, that's the reason you see me looking down there. Yeah. So you wouldn't need to know everything about that specialty, but just being aware kind of like prepares you, and you're not like thrown off when you get there and they're talking about certain things and you're like clueless. You know, granted, we're students, we're there to learn, but as well we can try to, you know, be ahead, because it is important, really, isn't it? That kind of helps you with things like terminologies, you know, because there are so many terminologies that are used in the healthcare system, and so reading up on the specialty can help you kind of combat that lack of knowledge. You would not know everything, once again, like I mentioned earlier, but reading up on that can help you before you get into your placement area. Now, the last thing that is also very important is to set like little goals for yourself before you go into placement. So every day you go in, you can set a goal for yourself to achieve by the end of the day, or it can even spread across the week. And then by the end of the week or the day, you realize that actually I've done something. So let's say I'm going into placement today, and then I'm like, okay, today I want to perfect something as little as maybe my bed making skills, or it can be like getting better with my intramuscular injections, or something like getting better at my aseptic techniques. These are some of the things that you might see them as little things, but they are very good skills to have as a nursing student. Or even something like moving and handling. When you get in and you set these goals for yourself, you can speak to your supervisor and tell them, do you know what, today I would like to get better at this particular thing. So if there is the opportunity for me to kind of do that, can you please let me know if I'm not around and doing something else? Or can you let like the other nurses know? And you can also let the other nurses know that this is your goal for today. If they find themselves doing that, can they just alert you so you come along, observe, or even take part in it? And that's just gonna help you gain your confidence when you go into placement. So yeah, these are just a few things that I thought would help you too, because they've helped me a lot. And I'm still learning. We're all still learning. We never stop learning. So thank you so much for coming back once again, and I will see you another time. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share if this was any good to you, and I'll see you another time. Bye.